now. And yes, today as well from the poll, I can see that uh, some of you are affected by COVID and some of your families are affected by COVID. So, and some of you contacted me through email, but I like really I want to appreciate like support you during your this kind of odd scenario situation. So now please, even you have given me email rather than in our Google Classroom, please uh, write down in the private comment. Okay, so whenever like any feedback or during any quizzes or assignment, please write down in the feedback like a private comment your real scenario. Okay, that time I'll try to concern, because otherwise I have to mix all those things from the email to here. Okay, but I know who are affected by COVID, and from you I got the emails and other things. Okay, so my full support will be with you. Support and doa and other things, and please take care. Please try to support if you are still okay and your family members are affected. So please try to support them, at least by your smiling face maybe, and try to um, be strong. Okay, so this is like a test, so you need to be strong. So this is actually from my side, that what you need to do. So next, I believe that is still 89 students. So I feel that maybe I should wait another one student to start the class. I think they will come. Hey, one student is connecting. Okay, so it's going on like that way. So to today's class, it will not take that much time. I have given the feedback things as well. Okay, so the feedback is somebody give the like wrote in the feedback that the feedback writing in the feedback is very tiring. So actually I do not have any kind of other solution to know that whether you understand all the things or not. Okay, because the classes are for you. It's not like that I'll take the class and the recorded version will be there and you will just memorize and vomit. Okay, so it's like that of whether you understood everything or not. So and in this pandemic situation, for me I feel that this can be one of the way. And believe me, I have to prepare everything before the class. Okay, so for me as well, it is little bit time consuming, also tiring. Whatever you are feeling, so it is also tiring for me to do those kind of things, but I am doing all the things for your betterment, thinking like that way. But if you feel that there is any other way, otherwise you know that somebody will only put on the camera or the audio and sleep, and like I don't want to believe that you are not attentive in the class. So I feel that you are attentive and just finish the feedback things, and there is time up to 8 o'clock, 1 hour extra, so you can just write and give the feedback. Okay, so this is the case. And some regarding the feedback of myself is that I'm also in a situation like you. Okay, so nobody asked me for my poll that how I am. Okay, so whenever I got some feedback from your side, so I try to accommodate that one for the next class, that how I'll take the class, and whether everything going on okay or not, because you know that I even do not know any of you. Actually, the face to face, yes, some of you I know some of your face, but as a class I don't know, and I don't have any of your video actually. So this is also a new kind of experience for me as well. Okay, to give a lecture to 140 students without like even knowing their face. So this is tough for me as well. Okay, so this is one kind of like mental health or mental um, improvement I need every class, to how I can communicate with you mentally, not the technologically, okay, rather than mentally, okay, without even knowing you, without even like what communicating with you physically. I can communicate with you by your message or by your answer or those things. So this is maybe, I don't know that when it will finish, but this is also another way to communicate. Okay, so I believe that your those kind of feedback is also actually encourage me to put more time for your classes, class preparation and class. Okay, something like that. Okay, so let's start today's class. Maybe I hope that I'll share the screen rather than, so I shared the screen and it's good. I believe that it looks good. So let's start with today's class. Okay, so today actually not from here, not from here. I don't know, the can you see everything is okay? Because even in my computer it is broken. Okay, so in our last class, we have discussed something about the revision and other things. Do you want to say anything? Somebody want to say? No? Okay, so because if your mic is on, where is Zoom? The Zoom is doing something else. Because I have to restart the Zoom once again because it's somewhere else. Oh no, I could. Okay. It's in my another computer, another screen. Yes, I can find that. Yes, number one. Somebody want to say something. Because of that, I lost all of them. Okay. The chat, the screen. Okay, so this is the case, and yeah, whatever I said that from our previous class, we have some, not this one. So from our previous class, we have some ideas about, like I told you that we want to do some revision. Even in today's class, I'll do some revision. Okay, so there are maybe 7 question from 7 layer. Okay, so it looks like a revision. Okay, so in our last class as well, because we have something about the bandwidth and digital like bandwidth things and other things. Okay, so for today in today's what the feedback, I'll ask one from each of the layers. Okay, and that then it will be finished. And as somebody requested me in the feedback that talk something about regarding the thesis and other things, what does it mean? So today maybe around 15 minutes I'll discuss about those things. And those who are interested, please be here, because this is something important, that what is actually thesis. Otherwise you'll feel like because still you don't have some ideas, and because of that you are moving here and there, and at last you feel that, oh, I lose so many things. I couldn't choose the perfect teacher. I couldn't choose the perfect topic. Something like that will happen inside of you, and mentally you will be very depressed. Okay, so because of that, I feel that as a a neutral point of view, I'll discuss that what does the thesis means and what should be your action, okay, regarding that thesis, not to choose the teachers and other things, okay. So whatever I believe and what I choose when I was like you in 2001, like a third year student. So I'll discuss that one at the later part, okay. So as I told you, that let's discuss with the application layer. Today I'll discuss all the revision, okay. So I hope I hope I record. Yes, I am recording, okay. So in the application layer, actually what happened that we have all kind of applications, okay. So that means Gmails, then the Facebooks, or the Google Drive, and the messengers, WhatsApp. So those applications are like with that actually the end user actually communicate, okay, interact, okay. So application layer has some protocol. With that protocol, they actually knock the bottom layer. So in the 7 layer, they actually knock all the bottom layers through that. But already we know that application layer cannot directly connect to the session layer. It must be connect through the presentation layer, that is the neighboring layer, okay. So in the application layer, we have this kind of protocols, okay. So I ask you to write down the names of some protocols, okay. If you can write down all the full form. Otherwise, just write down the short form, because the short form is also popular, okay. So at least we know FTP, at least we know HTTP. Currently everybody know HTTPS with the security, okay. Hypertext transfer protocol with security, okay. S is for the security, and whenever you cannot see the S, maybe you will not log in those pages, okay. So the Google, Gmail, and Facebook, you have to find out whether the S is there or not. Otherwise, some other people, they can create their own domain and get that things, okay. So FTP means in our IoT, we have the FTP server, okay. So from the IoT server, there is a server, big server. From the IoT server, you can share the files, okay. So it's called file transfer protocol. So if you want to share the file from Google Drive, definitely we need FTP server, okay. So from the Google Drive, we cannot do drag and drop in the Google Drive. There are so many things that we can do drag and drop, but in Google Drive, we have to have the protocols. It's called FTP protocol. So even in your computer, if you have backup and sync or Google Drive apps, okay, software, that time, or OneDrive software, that will actually communicate to the cloud, okay. Cloud, I'll discuss the cloud things maybe last week of this semester and last month of the next semester, regarding the cloud and Internet of Things, okay. So last week I'll discuss about the Internet of Things this semester, and last month of next semester I'll discuss about the Internet of Things, okay. So over there, if you want to transfer the file, okay, that time we have to use the protocol, okay. Remember that there is nothing that you will do anything automatically. You will do anything automatically. So there must be one protocol. There must be one network application. There must be, okay. So if you want to do anything, okay. So if we have, I'm finding my mobile phone. So mobile phone, and I have one oximeter, okay. Here I have one oximeter, and this have Bluetooth connected oximeter, okay. So if I connect, so everything is connect to the mobile phone. So there must be this Bluetooth, and my headphone Bluetooth, and my watch Bluetooth, all are using the same Bluetooth communication media of my mobile phone or the desktop or laptop, okay. But every application have their own protocol, so that they can bypass others and communicate directly to each of the applications. So this is the case that FTP in my computer, I have so Dropbox, Box, then OneDrive, then Google Drive. So all the FTPs are there. In IoT, I have the IoT FTPs, but all the FTP have their particular protocols rules, okay. HTTP has their different rules, okay. SMTP is for emails. Okay, so you can find, you can open your IoT email through Gmail interface. Okay, so how? Because in the Gmail there is an option SMTP configuration. So from the IoT administration, actually they took all the IoT's email from the IoT server to the Gmail server such a way that we can see. We can easily see if you have Outlook, okay, in your computer. At that time, with the SMTP protocol, you can have all the emails from there. So in my computer, I have different. I'm not using Gmail that much because I have around 10 emails. So in one email client, I can see all the 10 emails. Okay, so directly, and with that, I configure each and every email by the SMTP configuration. This kind of things are there. Simple network management protocol, SNMP. Okay, so this is a network. This is network file system. Okay, NFS. Okay, not need for speed. Okay, so my during my student life, the Need for Speed was the most famous game. Okay, and Need for Speed 2 was the network game. Not every Need for Speed 5 and 2 was the network. So, and Telnet was also there. Telnet, then Ping. This kind of protocol, with the protocol you can do some networking things. So I just ask you to know the abbreviation, at least the first three: FTP, HTTP, SMTP, like that. Okay, so because what happened, you know, that in your job sector, sometimes I feel that my young junior is now a network like expert in Dhaka Bank. Okay, so in the banking sector, there are so many electrical engineers are there. So just believe me that network specialist doesn't mean the computer who are making the program, they will be here. Network specialist means for the banking sector, we need the network specialist. Okay, the Bangladesh Bank and other things. Okay, in last class I told you that near future we need the blockchain expert. Okay, so Bangladesh Bank already said that please be blockchain expert and come to our sector. Okay, so I have 2 or 3 friends from my electrical background. They are now doing the topmost expert things in the banking sector. Okay, so because all the banks are becoming technology oriented, so banking is there, and other sectors, all the things are there. Okay, because of the pandemic, you know that all of them need the networking. Okay, so even I can tell you, okay, today during my research work or discussion, I can, because in Japan, whenever I was there, suddenly I got one, like, if from one lottery, I got the government housing. Okay, that time I was too young, just newly married, and I got the government housing. I went to the city corporation and said that yes, I paid the first month advance and I need the key. They gave me the key from the Japanese Japanese city corporation. Okay, in Japanese it's called shiaksho. Okay, so it's means the Japanese city corporation, and over there they said, okay, this is your room number 502 or 501, something like that, and now I put your electricity on. Then in the computer he just write and said that electricity on. Then I put your gas on, and I put your water on, but water will come after 1 hour, something like that. Okay, so whenever I came back, because it's a 1 hour journey from that shiaksho, that the city office, to my home, and after coming I got the electricity, gas, and the power, everything all together. So electricity is coming from electricity line, but the meter are now within the network. Okay, so I got that things in 2005. So I just believe me that in 2005 they are using something very sophisticated and everything. So in the Shiaksho office, he's a electrical engineer. Okay, and he gave all the things over there. So this is the case, that this computer networking does not mean that we have to think about the computer rather than computer engineer, rather than our own device is connected everywhere. Okay, so this is the case. So next I'll discuss about The presentation layer. Presentation layer means what? Simple. We need to think about the syntax and semantics of the information. Okay, concerned with the syntax and semantics. So what do you mean by syntax? Those who know about coding, you know that syntax is you use the word syntax during coding, because syntax means like C programming has their syntax. Okay, then the Java programming has their own syntax. Then the Python has their own syntax. That means Bangla language has their own syntax. It has 49 alphabet, okay, letters, okay. Then the English language has their own syntax, 26 plus comma, dot, spaces, something. So syntax and semantics of the information. So they are thinking that whether the information application is looking for the information for file transfer, then what kind of file it is. If it is it for a photo file? Is it a like video file? Is it a email? Is it a doc file? Is it text file? Is it CSV file? Something like that. Okay, so they know those things because they know this is like an entity for them, and they know the peer entity from other side. Okay, so other presentation layer said that this syntax will come. Okay, so something like that. Preserve the meaning of the information, something like that. The video file, you can change the extension by renaming. Okay, so .mp4 you can change like .png, .jpg, but you cannot open because the information inside is video file or the photo file. Okay, so preserve the information. Then data compression and data encryption. So I just want to ask you to put this two words little bit in your, like emphasizing this two word, compression and encryption. These two words is really need for your security purpose, privacy purpose. So just try to know. If you don't understand what is the main difference between these two you're using, but try to understand. Okay, compression means zip file. Okay, zip, compress. Okay, compress means zip or RAR. So these kind of files are called compress. Okay, so why we need the compress file? So sometime the presentation layer, before sending to other computer, they compress the file so that my packet size will be very small. Okay, so if I want to send like that like the torrent file, I am not advertising torrent, but like the torrent file. So you know, from each of the computer I am getting megabyte, millibyte, but whenever the whole file will come, it will be 1 terabyte. Okay, so the packet size will be very small because it's very compressed. Okay, small file. So they compress before sending. The torrent file actually compress before sending, so that the network will be very fast. Okay, otherwise if you just cut 1 terabyte file, it will be huge, like even huge. Okay, so compression means compression. So if you compress from your sender side, there must be decompress in your destination side. So in the presentation layer, in the destination side, they must decompress those things. Okay, this is called compression. Another one is called encryption. Encryption means this is code. Okay, the code means Da Vinci Code, the movie. Okay, so the code means whenever you send the data, it will be public. Okay, whenever you send the data, all the things will be in the ISP and the publics. So your data can be because your IP address is there, so anybody can get your data. Okay, so if you put a password to your data, and those passwords is known your only the sender. Okay, nobody can know those things. Okay, so that time you send all the data by a password, and your the decompressed data will be there. It's like a password thing. So the compression, encryption, and decryption will be there, and this kind of encryption, decryption is happening in automatically, so that you can use many kind of algorithms to encrypt or decrypt. Okay, so there are many kind of compression and decryption is also there. The MP3, MP4, MKV, these are the video compression apps, so that you can see the video, even real-time video, even without breaking out the quality, but the file size is very small. So your main file size is 4 terabyte, something like the Blu-ray display, okay, Blu-ray DVD. But whenever you want to see, you can compress all the thing by 900 megabyte or something. So these are the things are there, say MP4, MPK, MKV, and other things. And I can say that sometimes the compression happen, something like that. As I told you, that our brain cannot recognize any data within 1/10 seconds. So the video file means what? Video file means so many videos, okay? One month or something. So if it is Blu-ray, that means all the high quality videos are there, okay? So if you can remove some of the video, the high quality videos means high quality photos are there. Those photos are moved very fast, exactly like the projector in the cinema. So if it is moved very fast, you cannot recognize. If you can remove any of the photo between 1/10 seconds, actually our brain cannot recognize. So in MKV and MP4, between those, they just remove some of the photo, okay, something like that. In some compression, they actually, before sending the data, they remove some of the photo, and after receiving, they again reproduce some of the photo, okay, something like that. That I have photo 1 and I have photo 3. With that, with machine learning, I can create photo 2, okay, because I move my hand from here, then number 2 is here and number 3 is here. So if I give number 3 and number 1, number 2 can be reproduced somewhere else. So I don't have to send number 2 photo. So with that, from 1 terabyte, 1/3 of the photo you can, like 4 terabyte, 4 terabyte, why I'm saying terabyte, 4 gigabyte, 1/3 of the photo you can remove. So it will be one, like one gigabyte, something like that. So these kind of things are there for compression, okay? So this is presentation layer. Next, actually the session layer. In the session layer, what is the main keywords? Is the keywords to allow user on different machine to establish session. So I have to say that if it is, in our last class, we know about connection oriented and connection less. So if it is connection oriented, if it is real time, then the session layer will say that, okay, I will give priority with this downloading and I will not give priority to others. I am assuming that in your computer, now you are watching my this Zoom video, Zoom like lecture. Also, you are doing something inside the feedback form, okay? So feedback form is connection less and my video is connection oriented. So in your computer, the session layer gives the priority of my video more than that. So more than that computer. Even your feedback form came after 1 second, doesn't matter for you because 1 second. But if your video came after 1 second, is matter. 1 second means huge. 1 second is huge, okay? So many frames you lose, okay? So because of that, it's called establish the session. Then the 1%, 2%, 3%, this kind of things is very important. These things like the 1%, 2%, like between, like here we said that allow user to different machines. So different machine, how the machines are like communicate each other. So that actually known as dialogue control. Okay, so they communicate through some protocol messages. Okay, they say that yes, I have sent acknowledgement or other things. So they have their own communication protocols. Okay, so this is actually the dialogue control. We call this one as dialogue control. And then other things are token management. Token means the high priority. I got the high priority things. Okay, number one. So I got number one. So every time whenever the video will move, it said the number one, and the feedback form number five. Okay. So this is actually the token management. Then the synchronization. So there must be synchronization between sender and receiver. If there is not, there is no synchronization, data should be resent again. So I believe that you understood this one as well. Okay, so this is the case. Then the transport layer. I want to finish these things very quickly. That all the 4 or 5 layers. Then the transport layer. Okay, transport layer actually we'll discuss TCP/IP, because nowadays OSI model is the main standard, but whenever it comes for the internet, that time we'll use actually TCP/IP protocol. Okay, so in TCP/IP we will have 4 layers. Okay, actually it's 5 layers. Okay, so this application, presentation, and session layer will be one layer together. Okay, and other layers have their little bit different name. Okay, so transport layer will be TCP layer. Okay, network layer will be IP layer, something. Okay, data link layer will be link layer. Okay, so something like that. And application, presentation, session layer will be all together. I can give you some, because I'll discuss the TCP/IP after maybe the Eid. Okay, next classes. So that time I'll discuss those things, that what happened whenever it's all together. Okay, so the transport layer, actually what happened, the transport layer deal with the quality of the services. Okay, so as I told you that how much speed will be there, and the segmentation, how much segmentation I have to do. So it's actually, this QoS is a very good research topic still now. Okay, so because still now people are doing researches on QoS inside the wireless communication, inside the sensor network, inside the delay tolerant network, because you are sending the Mars rover in the Mars. Okay, so from there you want to take the pictures, so that you know that the Chinese Mars rover take their first selfie picture, no? So putting the camera little bit behind, then a little bit in front, and then take the selfie camera and something. Okay, so you have to do the quality service even in Mars. Okay, because it's even to get the signal, get the data, get the electron from there, it take some time. Okay, so 1 month, 2 month time. Okay, then most of the cases, transport layer is known as the heart of the OSI model, because it actually do the quality of service. Okay, so just try to know that all the connection oriented, connectionless, then connection oriented means TCP/IP, or TCP is dealing with that connection oriented things, and UDP, user datagram protocol, will deal with the connectionless. UDP is the as I told you, that is the initial stage protocol. Then afterwards the TCP/IP is converted. Okay, whenever the IEEE take the step. Okay, so this is the case of that things. The transport layer is known as the heart of the OSI model. In some of your but some of your interview board, you may ask that what is the main, like, heart of the main layer. Okay, so something like that. Okay, so network layer is straightforward. Network layer means is control the operation of the subnet. We know the subnet. That means whenever you decide source and destination, they will create their circuit, they'll create their own network. Okay, so it's called within the network, another network, we call that one as subnet. Okay, then the routing of the packet and the logical addresses, that means between, so 192.168.0.1 or 0.14, then another person. Okay, so this things are there, like the logical address, routing packets, and the subnet things. Okay, I put everything here. Internetworking means subnet, then routing algorithm means routing the packet, how we'll do, and internet IP protocol addressing means the logical address, and address are located, all the 3 things are located in the routers. So I just put all the keywords. So now, because I this blue line you can write down, but I just ask you to, it's not the writing in the feedback form is end of your knowledge. Okay, so just try to understand that I just give you the keywords so that in the internet you can search. So the keywords is it should be starting of your knowledge, not the ending of your knowledge. Oh, sir, I'll get A+ or I'll get A in this subject, finish learning. No, brother, sister, this is the starting of your journey. Because believe me, next time the new kind of job will be depending upon this kind of keywords. Believe me, believe me, believe me. Each and every devices will be connected in the internet. Okay. Then data link layer. So data link layer is straightforward. It's just above the physical layer. I'll just read these two sentences. Sorry, I'm feeling a little bit cough. So error control to compensate for imperfection of the physical layer. Okay, so if there is any error control with the parity code and other things, actually I should stop. Sorry, no, sorry. I should stop my video because there is redundant. Okay. So error control means if there is any error in the physical layer, we have to follow. And then the flow control. Flow control means that throughput. Okay, that what this is funnel means bottleneck effect. Okay, so this is bottleneck effect they have to think about. Okay, so here we have framing methods. How will be the framing methods of in the frame? We have the tail means the parity code. Then error detection and correction. We'll discuss about the error control later on. CSMA, and other things, we'll discuss those things. Okay. Carrier sense multiple access, CSMA, carrier sense multiple access. So physical layer is the carrier. So this link layer can sense the carrier sense multiple access, CSMA. We will discuss those things. This is a very fantastic phenomenon, and we are using those things in the Wi-Fi as well. Okay, so I don't know who is calling. So though then afterwards we have the frame format, IEEE LAN standard, bridges, switches, and everyone. We know these things. Okay, then at last we have the physical layer. So physical layer actually mean the converting the logical ones and zeros. Okay, from the layer to like electrical signal. Okay, physical layer or whatever. So physical layer does not have those kind of like brain. Okay, so it's just convert 0 and 1 and then pass the 0 and from one line to another line. Okay, transmission of the electrical signal over a communication channels. Okay, so something like that. So this physical layer actually our layer. Okay, our layer means electrical layer. Electrical engineers are the boss of this layer. So this network, data link, and physical layer, most of the cases are all together. So in the router it will be all together. In the network interface card, it will be all together. Even if you want to create Wi-Fi, it will be all together. The Bluetooth, it will be all together. Okay, so here we have to think about the transmission media, then encoding, then modulation, RS-332, RS like 422 standard for the cable. Okay, RJ45 cable, then repeaters, hubs, these kind of things. Already we have discussed these things. So I'll take another maybe 2 minutes. So here, whatever we know that if you have a hello signal, then application header, then presentation header, then session header, then we have the transport header, network header, then data link header and data link tailor. So I put another DNATA, something like that. Okay, different manner so that you can understand. No need to memorize anything. So we have header and tailor. Then physical layer, we have all the bits. So I'll go a little bit faster. These things I'll discuss even in the next class as well. Okay, because today I want to discuss some of the that thesis part and other things. Okay, so in the physical layer, we have to think about the signals, then transmission media, then analog transmission, digital transmission, and transmission switches like multiplexing and other things, and so on. So these things maybe I'll discuss even in the next class. But till now, if you have any question, you may ask me here. So till now, No questions. Okay. Now, so many of you, I know that everybody is not getting the data. So 306, do you want to say something? 306, your mic is on. I don't know. Okay, so I believe that there is no question because some of you said that there is no question. So let me discuss something. This is up to today's class actually, but let me discuss something about some of you ask me, some of you ask me that please discuss something about the thesis, not what I am doing, rather than what does the thesis mean, because because sometimes I want to say in our department, what happened, you know, I believe that from last year, we have one ex-IUTL who has a PhD from outside, rather than us, like me and that IUTN, rather than us from ex-IUTN, okay, ex-IUTN faculty member, maybe me and Dr. Faim Abid, these two guys are getting the masters and PhD from outside of IUT, because we are taking the thesis and other things outside of or getting it some developed countries, okay, except those who are in the, with due respect, okay, I have to stop the video, okay, so with due respect, others are the getting the PhD from IUT, okay. So what happened, like sometimes the student asks me that, please sir, tell me the story or tell me the experience of you during your thesis and other things, how the Western world or the developed country, they are thinking about the thesis, because other teachers, except the senior teachers, not the ex-IUTN, other ex-IUTN, actually they take the master's PhD all together inside the IUT. So I believe that sometimes they have to because maybe they have their own philosophy. But whatever I saw, that thesis is not a classwork, okay. Thesis is not a classwork. If it is a classwork, then they can put a class like this and say that, okay, this is a thesis class, and Professor Habib take a thesis class, after 4 months give A plus for all of them, so that they can get a thesis, something like that, okay. So but thesis is not like that. Sometime in developing country, because I am also connected with syllabus committee, I know there are several kind of subjects, okay. So there are some subjects is known as capstone course, okay. So in developed country, there are some subject is known as capstone course. Capstone means you'll put your cap and there is some stone, okay. So they put the capstone course in each of the semester, okay. In the first semester they put one capstone course, then in the in second year they have one capstone course, in third year they have one capstone course, and in fourth year they have the thesis, something like that. So capstone course means what? So whatever course you have finished from first year and second year, with that they will give you one task, give you one project, so that you can put your skill over there and do those things. So in the first year, second year, what you have learned? You learn some English, or you will learn some basic labs and other things. So they will ask you, okay, write down, try to make some publication. So like a publication means try to give one presentation class and try to make one research report, okay. So this is a capstone course from that. In third semester or third year, the capstone course is something like that, that whatever lesson you have learned from the third, because in the third year you have some departmental course. So with that course, whatever knowledge you have, you can put all those together. That means in the first capstone course, you learn how to present, how to write. Then in the second capstone course, you will learn how to make any problem, okay, from there, okay, any problem, because with that third year session, actually you have some ideas about so many labs and other things. So with that you can do so many things, like you can find out some problem. In the fourth year, these two capstone course, in most of the cases in developed country, the student can continue their topic of the capstone course to the thesis. That means they start the thesis actually from the second year, third year, and the thesis at last. Okay, so at last they said that, okay, this is my own task. I create my own project, and I create my own solution, and I have my presentation skill, and this is the case, and these things I can show it to the community. Actually, thesis mean this, and most of the cases, this is the standard. In my, whenever I did my master's and PhD, that time I was really surprised. That time I saw that the bachelor student, because the is a semester wise course, so the bachelor student, they finishes all the theory course within the third year. Okay, within the third year they finishes all the theory course. Maybe they took eight course or 9 course in one semester, and they try to finish all the things. You know that even in our private university, they have that kind of things, that within 3 years you can finish all the theory course. Then in the fourth year, whole fourth year, 1 year, okay, they came to the lab under the professor, and they put all their mind, for all their attention, all their concentration, whole 1 year for the thesis. This is the case. This is done by all the individual student in Japan. There, each of the student has to make one particular thesis. Okay, there, because in Japan, in Osaka University, I saw there are many professors, many associate professor and assistant professor. So because in Japan, nobody can, there is no lecturer. Okay, so those who are those who have PhD, they can enroll as assistant professor. Assistant professor means assistant to the professor. Okay, it's not like something like that. Then they will be associate professor. After some time, with the experience, they can have the ability to give the lecture. Okay, so that time they will call that associate professor can lecture. Okay, so they can give lecture, something like that. Okay, lecturer means who will give the lectures, something. So all the professors should give the lecture, and some sophisticated associate professor should give the lecture, and assistant professor means the assistant to the professor, and those assistant professor actually deal with all the bachelor student. They actually teach how to do research. Okay, something like that during that time. So this is actually the case, that the research means whatever knowledge you gather from whole 4 year, you have to apply by yourself, so that whenever you will get the job outside, you can handle your responsibility. This is actually the research means to me. Okay, I don't know what other teacher will tell you or something. Okay, so just think that after getting like BSc degree, you will get the job as PDB, in PDB, okay, in power developing board in PDB, and over there you have to maintain or handle power stations, okay, like Gorashal power station or anywhere. So moving there is no option that you can make mistake. Moving there is no option that you can make any kind of irresponsible work. That time, like if you just put another switch, another things, the whole country will be blackout, the whole machine will be burst out. Okay, so you cannot do any mistake. So where you can do the mistake, this 1 year, the fourth year, in the 4 year, okay, fourth year, there is still like 1 year session. During this time, there will be one supervisor, okay, who can supervise you, and during this time you can do your own work and you can make mistake, then the supervisor will say, no, this is not the way, please correct yourself, please correct yourself. So you correct your own task during this period so that you can do good in the community. Okay, this is part one for thesis. Part two of the thesis is that each and every engineer is a designer. So they can do design. Even in the power station, they will not give you the job to look up the power station. There are like under BSc engineer, there are 100 of foremen. They call it foreman. So foreman means the diploma engineers will be there. They will do the job, and you will be the what? You will be the I can record from now. So you will be the what boss of those foremen. Okay. So whenever there will be some trouble, because last semester there was a trouble in the Sylhet during the exam. Okay. And that time they said that within one day the electricity will come. How the electricity will come? The worker will work, but the BSc engineer will think that how fast I will solve the problem. So this is the problem there. How the problem is coming, I have to solve the problem so that everybody will get the electricity soon. So this is actually the practical life research will be there. Okay, so the authority know that you do this kind of thesis, this kind of research during your fourth year. So if you are given this kind of things during your job time, anytime you can solve. It looks like an army. Okay, so during the fight, they practice you in the BMA and other places that how to fight, so that during the real fight you can promptly respond and get your decision. So this is actually, thesis means that to think about the problem and get the solution as soon as possible. What the supervisor is doing, they will supervise you, they will guide you, they will coach you so that you will not make any mistakes. Thesis does not mean to write down a paper. So writing down a paper, to me, okay, writing a paper is a certificate of your thesis. But thesis means to make yourself skillful for the problem solution. So the person, that those who have paper, by paper you will get A+, but you cannot solve the job. Doesn't mean it does not mean that you did a good thesis. Okay, so thesis means make yourself. Okay, so because of that, they call you need a supervisor, you need a coach, you need a mentor to supervise you. So in IUT we don't have that many of the teachers. So because of that, they said that 3 of you should be in one group and one supervisor will be there. In under one supervisor, there will be 4 groups. That means 12 students per year, one supervisor can supervise, something like that. Okay, this is IUT's rules. Previously, even in my group, I have 8 groups, like 24 students. But nowadays they said that no, if we put some other teacher will not get the students. So because of that, they put the boundary with 4 group. That means 3 in each group and something. So with that, actually, whatever teacher you will get, try to make yourself skillful so that you can write, you can be the machine of the writing the paper. It's not like that writing the paper is the main outcome. Main outcome is you will be the skillful and you have the ability to write the paper. Okay, so for me, in my group, those who are doing the research, I believe that after finishing the thesis, they are now able to write the paper. Now in 10 years, I'll like write 10 papers with them, something like that. Okay, it's not like that I write only one paper and finish and I'll put it in my drawing room and this is my paper. It's not like that. Okay, and sometimes paper is not the media. You can check, because there are so many ways. Okay, I'll not discuss about the paper things now, so I'll discuss later on. But the point is, thesis means make yourself skillful. This is the case. So sometime I said that for me as well, whenever I was like during my bachelor life, I told you before, during my bachelor life, my topic was biomedical signal processing. Okay. And I choose the topic, and my supervisor was from Buet. And during my 1 year with my respected supervisor, I can get company of him only 4 times in 1 year, because it was not that in 2002, it was not that much easy because he was busy and he was the part-time teacher. He came only 4 times during that time, and I had to do all the things. If anyone wants to see my like bachelor presentation, I can show you during that time. So but still I have, he was my mentor, still I have the communication with him. Yesterday as well, I called him. I said, sir, I am in trouble with my this paper, what to do? Okay, because I have one paper and it was accepted, but it took like it asked for 2000 Swiss franc, around 2 lakh taka. Okay, then I said, sir, where can I get the money? Because sir is also a author of that paper. Okay, so you are doing this kind of things. Okay, still my mentor is there. Okay, I am 40, I am professor, but still my mentor is there. I am getting, we are writing the paper together. Okay, something like that. Then in my master's, I shift my subject from biomedical signal processing to robotics, like semiconductor devices. Okay, semiconductor analog devices, all the analog devices and Verilog and all those things. I have to make that the wafer and other thing VLSI in Osaka University, and Osaka University was connected to all the industry. And then and then, like whenever I design any kind of devices, then and then I got because the wafer is very costly, but it was there. But the thing was, it was charming. My supervisor that time, he was like Tetsuya Taniguchi. Okay, he was a very famous like VLSI and professor, also IEEE fellow, because IEEE fellow can be those teachers who gave many patent. Okay, so with his like recommendation, actually I got the Monboshi scholarship. Okay, then I shift my subject from that semiconductor devices to my current subject is like computer. As I told you that if I continue my semiconductor devices, I cannot come back to IUT, okay, and teach you like this way. During that time, I feel that the semiconductor devices is very teeny tiny. Okay, very famous person can do all the things, but actually I love to do work for the community. Okay, so my community and others, the community peoples are there. So to connect the community, actually I love to connect the networking. Okay, so every community, they are using this kind of devices, and the internet of things are evolving. So each of the house, we have the internet of things. So with that, actually we can connect the community. And from there I told my that supervisor, second supervisor, just, sir, please guide me to choose my ambition, because I want to do the things for the community. Then he said that, okay, there is another teacher, go to him. And then I give him my presentation, and he said that, okay, come to here, I have my scholarships and other things. Then now the Takine, okay, Tetsuya Takine was my last supervisor. And actually from him, he was actually he supervised me for the mathematics. He is a mathematics teacher. I told him, okay, I'll make the device networking and the machine learning, other things, and please show me the mathematics inside of those networking things. And he said that, okay. So we did those things. So I'm just giving that what actually I got. I actually, because if it is only the paper, that time the biomedical signal processing in 2005, I made the first paper from my bachelor, okay, with my that supervisor. So if the writing the paper was the finishing things, I should not switch to another professor in semiconductor. Okay, in semiconductor I have my paper. Okay, then if it is the finishing things, I cannot shift. Okay, and we have some pattern with my professor. Okay, So then whenever I got my PhD and I have my paper, if it is finished with the paper, actually the things are not going on. Still now I am thinking about my current research in last year is thinking about the COVID-19, then Rohingya community. I told you before one term that AsthaNet, because I am connecting all the devices and the devices can talk each other. Okay, so something like that. So this is actually the thing that I make myself skillful. Okay, so that I can think, I can find out the problem, so that I can solve the problem, and with that I can write down the paper. This is actually the thing. Writing paper is not the first things for me as a thesis. I don't know that whether I can express the thesis things or not. Those who have this confusion, please talk to yourself. Please believe me, during my time there is no teacher like Habib sir. Nobody give us any kind of advice about these things. And sometimes you are talking to, I believe that so many of you are talking to your elder brother. Okay, sometimes you are saying that I talk to my seniors. So seniors means what? Fourth year, or just who are past the like session. So you know these people. These peoples are very young in the research community. So research means what? The first step is bachelor. Then in bachelor, you know how to do research. Okay. In masters, you have to know how to write the paper. And in PhD, you have to know how to find the problem and solve. And PhD is not a degree. PhD is like a philosopher, doctor of philosophy. You will be philosopher, you will be darshanik. Okay, so after PhD, so it's a process start from fourth year till it will take around 10 years. So sometime my friend in Cambridge University, whenever in my, okay, so let me show this PhD thing. Whenever I did my PhD, there was from my supervisor, there was protocol. The rule was that I have to write 3 top standard paper. Okay, we call this one ISI index paper. Otherwise, I will not get the thesis like PhD. Okay, so top standard paper. That means before my degree, I have already 3 paper. Okay, in Cambridge, my friend, he is also doing from IUT. Okay, IUT. My elder brother from like IUT and Cadet College friend. He is now the like associate professor, writer, okay, reader in Cambridge. So after Cambridge, after his PhD, his professor said that now you are eligible for writing the paper. Can you imagine? For me, if I do not have 3 paper, I cannot get the degree. And for him, his professor said that now you are eligible for writing the paper. Yes, they are eligible, and afterwards he has some books, some papers with many citation and other things. So this is the cases. So writing papers is not like that. His skill is that things. Okay, so if you ask some information from your elder brother, actually still they are not that much skillful. Okay, so to give you the information, rather than you have to talk to the person. So sometimes it's matter, because whenever at the very first class, I asked you to know about education, knowledge, and wisdom. So if you want to get the coaching, whether you will get the coaching from the just like Mushfiqur Rahim or other person, just the or the there are so many coach, okay, Sujon or Durjoy, or you will get the coaching from top, the Sachin Tendulkar or Sunil Gavaskar. So this is totally up to you. Will you get the supervision from some professor, associate professor with some high degree, or will I get the advice from them, or will I get the advice from a bachelor student, the 4th year student? He doesn't have any degree, he has the HSC degree now. Okay, and those who just finish, even they didn't get the certificate, but they give you, oh, don't do these things with that professor, don't do these things with that professor, this professor is very strict, or other things. Because that professor is very strict, because for you, adopting the skill of your skill is taking time. It's not the professor, it's you that adopting the skill, the new kind of skill. If your skill is coming from the God gift, like God gifted, coming from God, your professor will be super happy. Okay, if you cannot understand anything in 1 hour, this is not the problem of that professor, this is problem of you. So if it is for you, if it is take more time to understand, try to get that skill, that how to make your like sharpen your knowledge. Okay, so sometimes we said that, oh, that professor is not good, but believe me, if you get this recommendation from a professor, and if you get a recommendation from a some though it's matter. Okay, it's matter in the even in the getting the like getting the scholarship and other things. Okay, so this is the case, and let me finish the cases with some of my, I'm just telling that what research I am doing. Okay, so just let me show some of my research. Okay, so and as I told you that I came to here, I don't know whether it's, you can see it or not. So I came here. So this is one kind of network thing. So it's a network solution. So here, each of the mobile phones, they are the mobile phones. So okay, I have to stop real time. So they are each of the mobile phone in some distance area, like under the water, or moon, or in in what in Mars. Okay, so over there I put the game theory. So game theory, you know that I told you before, the game theory is a, from the movie I got the game theory like introduction. So A Beautiful Mind movie was there. So during my first PhD work, I told my professor, that professor, that okay, I know this theory, I want to utilize that theory, I love that character, so please allow me. And he said that okay, if you have that courage, please do. So I use the game theory over there, and with that actually I decide that who will save the energy. Okay, so over there the red and blue is shifting, and by utilizing the energy. Okay, so because I am from electrical department, so I every time I'm thinking about the energy thing. So here I use game theory. Okay, so all the things are used here. So I believe that you understood here. So I use a software called NetLogo. So if anyone interested, I can show you what is NetLogo things. Okay, so over there, another things I can show. This is actually known as cluster selection. So in one area, just think that in one area, I have many locality, okay, many local people. So I have to put the substation and the transformer in some areas. Where to put? No, we don't know. We only know the demand of each of the substations. Okay, we know the smart grid. So under the smart grids, who will be the substation, so that the substation maintenance can be easily done. So just look, I put the substation mathematics. So mathematics is doing under the math. So can you see? Anybody just say, can you see those things?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so these are the substations. Afterwards, I can see that it can take 523 kilometers. Then I have to use some of the other mathematics, okay, algorithm, so that the 523 kilometer can be reduced to 414 kilometers. That means it looks very good. Okay, substation, where we'll put the substation, something like that. It's math, and I am doing the those math things for my electrical purpose. So this is like a substation networking things. I can show this is the 4th year project during 2013. Okay, one student is doing, and this year as well, one of my thesis mate they are doing the paperwork. They are writing the paper currently right now. So just think, this is Cox's Bazar and this is Technam. As I told you, I am doing all the things for the community. This is green is the normal things. This is the sand. Okay, this is the sand, and this is under the water. So 1 kilometer under the water, we put all the sensors. We want to check the Hilsha on other marine life, okay, marine life things. But under the water, there is no Wi-Fi. We have only acoustic. So to get the signal to this, this is one sync node, and this is another sync node. So to get all the things, we need one network, under the water network. Just look. So if I put the network like that way, so everything is going on like that. These are the AUV, unmanned, like automated unmanned vehicle. So these are the robot. So underwater robot, they move one another, they pass the data to another, and the ships and getting the data to send the data all together from here. Okay, so getting the data under the node and sending all the things over there. So here actually our main goal is not sending the data, rather than know the battery life, because under the water, if the devices are not okay, we cannot send the data, all the things stop. Okay, this is another research, current research with my current 4th year student. Okay, also it is started from 2013. Okay, so last 2 research maybe I can show. This is another research going on in 2015 with my 4th year student. Here is something like that. This is Dhaka EPZ. This is Chittagong EPZ, and we have Dhaka Chittagong highway. So over there, actually we send the data. We send the data through network. Okay, I don't know, it's stop why. So through the network, I can show very fast. Okay, through the network. Okay, so they will connect by inter-car communication. Okay, these cars are normal local car. Okay, bus, tracks, and other local car. They'll send the data everywhere. Okay, so we'll put one mobile phone each of the car and they'll send. We'll discuss these things even in the next semester. Okay, something like that. Nowadays I work very fantastic things is this one. This is actually my classroom 203. So in the classroom, this is 203 classroom. This is my master's work currently, and she already gave the defense in last 23rd of June, 29th of June. Currently she is doing a PhD in Finland, something like that, Finland or Denmark, something. So over there we have a classroom. Then we have teacher. This is a student will come, and this is a for 8 student. For 4 student we have one light, and for 8 student we have one fan, something like that. And I have another version with the AC as well. Okay, so we'll put some rules, some such a way that if I allow the student is coming here, if I allow the student, it will sequentially on the light. Okay, the green means on the light, not that every light is on. Okay, because whenever you move to the IUT classroom, every light is on from the very beginning. Okay, I have that option as well. Maybe under here random. Okay, so under here, maybe if I start the session, everything is on from the very beginning, and student is sitting randomly. So with that, we showed that if we allow our system, we can save around 5 lakh taka per year. Okay, so I utilize my student utilize 201, 202, 203, 204, 511 this electrical building routine for our this thesis. Okay, this is one, and last one maybe I can show you. This is actually the last one, the COVID-19. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we want to see that we want to send the PPE, how fast we can send. So this is like Dhaka, then Sylhet, Mymensingh, Rajshahi, then Khulna, Joshore, Borishal, maybe Narayanganj, then Cox's Bazar and Chittagong. So with that, actually we know, maybe if I put, there should be 2 files. Okay, so I have to put the data in the files, and it should move. Oh, sorry, I have to put the data inside the file. The files is going to the data. This is a very sophisticated. The cars are going depending upon the base route, the base demand, where we need the demand is here. So where we need the corona COVID-19 patients are more over there, I have to send the vehicle as soon as possible. These are the things actually we are doing during my networking thing beside my other topic. There are other topics, means e-vehicle topics are there. We have maybe other that smart grid topics are there, and I am showing the front end in ground, like background. Actually, we are using machine learning or artificial intelligence of things. Okay, I call this one as energy networking or artificial intelligence of energy or machine learning for energy, blockchain for energy marketing, or game theory for distance area energy. Okay, all the things are I am doing for energy things. Okay, so my fourth year students are there, and I am also doing so many things. So my last advice will be to you that please think about, talk to all the professors, okay, all the teachers who can actually guide you and know your own topic. Okay, because here you have to know, you have to choose a guide, you have to choose a guide, otherwise you cannot survive actually. Okay, so maybe in the next class I'll show you that how to choose the guide as well, because today the time is not that much, but you have to choose your own guide so that he can bring out all the positive things inside of you, show that things to you so that you can be the champions. Okay, sometime in my group those who are working with me, some of your friends are working with me, those who are working with me, they know that usually I told these things, that even Sakib Al Hasan need coach, though Sakib Al Hasan is world number 1. Okay, but his coach is not world number 1, but his coach know the charisma of the characteristic of Sakib Al Hasan, and he showed that things to Sakib Al Hasan such a way that he applied those things during the champion like shot or champion bowling. Okay, so this is actually the case the coach or moderator will do. The teacher will not do these things. Okay, so don't go for the advertisement. Talk to yourself that what subject actually you like, because you have to carry this one next 40 years. Okay, so build yourself first. So don't feel that, oh, my elder brother or that young lecturer or this teacher says that this topic is very good. Don't go for that. This is like an advertisement. Afterwards you'll feel something else. For me, I did similar kind of things during my student life. Because of that, I have to change 3 times my subject, and because of that it took a long time to be myself. Believe me, there are so many persons, those who are working, even day before started, somebody requested me, just sir, please give me 2 hours, let me know what is research, because I want to leave my job, I want to do masters again, because in my blood research is there. So please give me one recommendation so that I can apply to any scholarship. This is the case. I feel very happy that that person got the scholarship. He is now in USA. Previously, he was in Bangladesh Power Development Board. And with him, because he was my student in 2012, after 6 years, he said that, sir, research is inside of me. Please teach me how to do research. give me recommendations so that I can do my research over there. He's now in USA. So this is a true story. Even if you learn after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, no problem. I learned my case whenever I change my subject to this subject, because this subject I love, because in my blood, the community work is there. Okay, so I love to work for my community. So because of that, I said these things. And there are so many paper from my side. I call this one as Asthanet. Okay, Asthanet means in Bangla it's called trustworthy network. So I am giving the network for the Rohingya community or the village community and something like that. Okay, so read yourself, talk to your best mentor, and go with them. Okay, so maybe there will be some difficulties that you will have to form a group. So talk to your group and go. Okay, so don't make any mistakes. And if you need any kind of counseling during this class and other things, please recommend, like in the feedback, you can write down those things as well. Okay, sir, we need this kind of session. Or if you feel that today's session is boring, I'll never ever like discuss this kind of thing again. Sorry, now, because I told so many things of mine here as well. Okay, please delete if it is not connected with anywhere. Okay, so if you have any question and other things, you may be here, or anything. Otherwise, I'll finish. Sorry, I maybe put there. Okay, I feel that you don't have any question. Okay, so should I finish here or anything?
Sir.
Sorry, don't ask me the slide number.
No, I mean the feedback is up to 78, but you stop at 77.
No. Maybe the 78, because I said up to 78, even more. Okay, so in 78 is nothing but convert the 0, 1. Okay, physical layer things and electrical signal. Okay. Oh, sorry. I have to show the slide. Sorry. So I came back to 78, and even I showed this slide as well. Okay, so in the 78 is like convert 10 and transmission line. Okay, so if you do not have any question and other things, and please, I want to leave here. And if you have any things to communicate with me and other things, so please go to the for research and other purpose, please move to the IUT website. There are some topics written for each of the professor, I believe. Look at their topics, match your things, and sometimes I can say that 3 or 4 tools you have to know. Okay, these days nobody will say that you have to know MS Word, PowerPoint, or Excel, because these things you have to know. Okay, you have to know some programming. Okay, Python or other things, because from class 8 all the students know the Python. Okay, so you have to know the Pythons. This is prerequisite. You have to know the MATLAB, and I showed that things is like a net logo. So net logo, because to learn net logo it will take only 2 hours if you are very expert, 2 days if you are casual, and 7 days if you don't don't want to learn. You can learn the net logo by whatever I showed, that things. Okay, you can learn those things by 7 days. Okay, so those things are there for net logo. And machine learning in your CV, if you write machine learning, if you write artificial intelligence, if you write game theory, if you write blockchain, these 4 tools, these are not the research topic. These are the tools. You have to utilize these tools inside your problem to solve the things. Okay, these are the solution. Okay, so if you know, these are the prerequisite for your research. If you know these things in your CV, if you write machine learning, game theory, or blockchain, artificial intelligence, okay, these 4 things, you will get easily any kind of job. Believe me, these are the things. Okay, any kind of job. Internet of things are there, internet of things, and internet of energy. These two topic will come in the next semester. I'll discuss that as well. Okay. So do you have any question? Any person? Anybody? Anything? Any question?
No question.
No question. Okay. So thank you very much for today's class. Thank you. So I'll finish up to this. Thank you.